Hello, it's Patricia. Today I wanted to share something a little more personal in hopes of inspiring somebody else to get out on their true purpose journey. Yeah, okay. So, one way of finding what you want to do and who you really are at your core is, there are several, and I'm gonna talk about one specific one right now. If you're into astrology at all, you might have heard about the north and south nodes. It is two opposing placements, so it's always gonna be two sister signs. For example, if you have your south node in Sagittarius, you have your north node in Gemini. And what this means is actually, south node is your past life. So this is like the things that you come into this life, this reincarnation, with already knowing. Things you're a pro at, they come natural to you. And then you have the north node, and here's the interesting stuff. It is what you came here to do on this earth right now. So, as an example, I have my south node in Aquarius, and what has been naturally easy to me? Research and being like a crazy genius type. I just remember a bit of a spiral here, but anyway, when I first read about numerology and I calculated the numerology of my name, Patricia, which becomes 7, and it said oh, and I was 6 or something, and I read it and I was like, oh my god, numerology, what is this biz, right? And then I read about the number and it was like, oh, you're on the brink between geniusness and insanity. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. But yeah, so all these things are connected. The way we get our name, when we're born, why we are incarnated here right now. So yeah, I have a name, it has this number, supposed to be crazy genius, and then I realized that my south node is in Aquarius. So yeah, the crazy inventor, kinda special, and nobody understands them, and yet they do everything for the community and for the world, you know? They care about the collective, and they I guess you could say kind of forget about themselves. So yeah, the first I'm not gonna say I started researching when I was born, but it's safe to say that since high school till now, so that is at least 7-8 years, I've been researching. I've been really academic, you know. First in high school, I wrote a paper together with one of the biggest, natural science. It's an institute, it's a research institute. I wrote my paper with them when I was 17. 100 pages, which was not required at all. Then I went on to do a bachelor, do 2 masters, and I was always my Instagram says that I'm a scientist. And then I catch myself in my north node being a Leo. Okay? And that means that the other way around, I should do everything, not for the people, but for me. And I need to be in the spotlight, I need to be a Leo. I need to be royal. And take up space. You know? As an Aquarius, it's easy to just be behind the scenes, do all the smart shit that other people get credit for. I've been doing that. But yeah. So now, like, the whole reason with my life is transitioning into the Leo mindset and like Leo way of being, embodying Leo ways. Yeah, I mean, like, luckily I am a Gemini, so it's not like a completely very difficult sign for me. Like, another example, a very close friend of mine has a South Node in Sagittarius and North Node in Gemini. This person has like otherwise 0 air placements in their chart. And communication is like difficult for them, okay? And I'm always like, yeah, you know, that's why we met, so I can teach you how to be a Gemini, you know? And they're like really good at being just like passionate and like spreading the word, spreading their vision and their beliefs. That's just like comes natural to them, you know? So what I want you to do is to like take stock of, you know, of your placements, of your nodes. Look at your South Node first and just like try to see if this is like natural abilities that you're vibing with, and if you're maybe like forcing yourself to do this because you feel like that's the only thing I knew, that's the only thing I know how to do. Like for me that's research. I feel like, you know, it's like a comfort zone for me because I know like how to use my brain, I know how to come up with shit and how to do statistics. and then I want you to like look at the North Node and just like see if this speaks to your inner calling somehow. Just see. Because like for me, I like being the center of attention and you know? I like it, but at the same time I hate it. Like there's so much resistance. There's so much resistance to taking up space, to like being, or to like wearing myself on my sleeve. I'm more like, I don't know, I wouldn't say that I like blending in, but I kind of like blending in, you know? And I think that being like a Leo North Node is so much about recognizing just like your true core and how that alone is enough for you to be like in the spotlight and help people. Because they're also generous, you know? Like giving of yourself. So I want you to check out your nodes, do a little, write a little inventory of the things you do right now and the things you want to do. And like, you know, pain points and possibilities from the North Node. Like, if say, for example, you have a Virgo North Node, that would mean that you're here to like learn how to serve people and how to like be detailed and be structured, be grounded, you know, all the Virgo qualities. Virgo is number 6 of the astrological signs, which means that +6 their sister sign is Pisces. So you know, if you have your North Node in Virgo, maybe you're very, very comfortable and confident in all the Pisces qualities. Maybe you're like super imaginative and you're dreaming and you're very sweet and just like loving, intuitive, naturally. But you have to learn in this life how to ground these dreams into, you know, the physical, earthy, 3D world that we live in. I'm sorry. But we actually live in it, so then you better like get out of populating the 4D constantly, you know, and get out into the world and serve your gifts. That's just an example, but like, that's how you could do it. I could do a little quick run through of like the signs. So Aries, headstrong. The first in the zodiac is like the child of the zodiac, very passionate, impulsive, strong. Taurus loves beauty, loves sensations, luxury, very earthy, grounding, calming, stubborn. Gemini, intelligent. Just like, you know, it's like Mercury energy, God's messenger. They love to speak, they love to communicate. They have a really easy time learning stuff. 4 is Cancer, very emotional, very caring and nurturing. It's the mother energy of the zodiac. Got a shell, so they may come across as a little bit rough or like hard, but they're not. 5 is Leo. Just discussed Leo, but yeah. Generous, warm, giving, but also very like self-confident and kind of like a performer, you know, a musician, in the center of attention. Virgo, number 6. Details. They actually say that like having a Virgo moon, or like, you know, being a Virgo means that you're like a witch and a healer. So if you got Virgo placements, congrats, I'm a bit jealous. 7 is Libra, balance. They love everything beautiful and aesthetic. They're also very intellectual and rational, a bit more in a grounded way than, for example, or like not grounded, but a bit more stable, defined way than Geminis are. After, we have Scorpio, super intuitive and a bit more, or like more intense than Cancers. Maybe not as caring like outwardly, practically, but very caring inside and emotional. So they can like, they understand emotions very well. They help people with their emotions. They handle the shadow self well. Then we have Sagittarius, number 9. Adventurers. The Archer. That's what it's called. Yeah. Fiery. They go out on their adventure and they don't stop until they've done it, until they've told everyone about it and got a whole pack of people following them. And between Scorpio and Sagittarius you have the 13th zodiac sign of Fucus, which is the snake bearer. And that's like a mix of the watery, strong emotional intensity of Scorps and flamey, a bit more like lightheartedness of Sages. And then we have 10, that's Capricorn, dad energy. Yeah, it's the father of the zodiac. It's like Saturn energy, you know, stern, forces you to do shit. They're super ambitious, do things all the time. And they would rather like pursue their goals than hang out with people at times. But they're also super funny. Like dry jokes. 11. Aquarius. Crazy genius, intellectual, very quirky and unique, great at tech. That's them. And then finally we have Pisces, the dreamy, watery, mutable sign. They're so pretty and cute, and they just like dream. It's really like Neptune energy, you know? So that's those. Tell me which one you are and where you have your nodes. and we'll discuss it in the comments. Okay, bye bye, see you.